Hello ladies and gents, welcome back for another episode of Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Ultimate Warriors. Continuing our build towards the Night of the Champions, we have 3 shows left before that event, including this one. Let's get rockin'. Hopefully this will be a good show. We're in the Mall Zone, and we sold it out for a second week in a row. Really good to see. The intro video, including the stars of the show really, gets a 83B+. These are all the main eventers except for Mean Gene Catley, plus Animal DeVille, and the Ring Generals, because they're kind of important tonight. Hopefully we don't get like dings for them being involved too much, because we've got a lot of segments with the Ring Generals tonight. So an intro video plays showing some highlights from the past, and narrated by Belle Bryden. The video gets the audience ready for the upcoming show. Featured prominently on the video are Casey Valentine, Chance Fortune, El Greg Negro, Fro Shore, Animal DeVille, Dean Waldorf, and Marv Stadler. In a 99A star, the show kicks off with Fro Shore's music, who comes out to a massive pop by the Washington, D.C. faithful. Fro grabs a mic and says to the crowd, "Well, I know you know who I am, but they don't." Fro points to the camera. "I am the MAW World Heavyweight Champion, the best of the best, the granddaddy, the face who runs the place, no matter what Sam Keith seems to think. At Night of the Champions, I'm gonna face his baby boy Greg Gage. But this time, there ain't going to be no excuses, because we're doing this shit inside a steel cage." Fro walks off to another massive pop. And the second main event for Night of the Champions is booked and ready. So, one second. Steel cage. Cage modern. No, not escape. Cage modern, please, because that gives me a bunch of options. Cage modern. We'll have Fro versus Greg Gage for the world title. Good stuff. Good stuff. He still can't get that 100 promo anymore. He used to pull them out all the time. But the fact that he got a 99 and it wasn't even the first segment is very, very impressive, and I enjoyed that a lot. Good stuff. We got the Keith's Obsession Grows storyline that's going to end soon. Carried on. First match of the night. Good. Better from Casey Glenn this week. We actually have a announcer, which is good. So the announcing quality actually lifted the match. In about that had solid in-ring action, but not non-existent crowd heat. Casey Glenn defeats Honolulu Joseph in 5 minutes and 57 seconds by pinfall with a tune-up the Sunshine Band. Going into this match, Sam Keith is in his office looking irate and talking to Greg Gage. For sure thinks he runs this show. "I said last week that this was my house, and I meant it. Let's see how that smug bastard does next week against both of the Ring Generals in a handicap match." Greg nods his head in approval. Then, Karen Killer is backstage with a big smile on her face, while Dean Waldorf paces back and forth looking worried. "You see that?" she says. "My client is such a professional that even though he has this match in the bag, he is still getting himself worked up about it. Tonight, my client unifies the tag titles and the television title, because he is that damn good." In an 84B+, a woman is shown seeming very angry backstage. "You know, people seem to think I'm done with this company, done with this division. Hell, some people think I'm done with this industry. I won the first main event in the history of this show. Brooke Tyler seems to think she's the next big thing, and maybe she is, but I'm nowhere near done. I don't care who wins at the Night of the Champions. I am Belle Bryden, and I am coming for that title." In a 40D-, in about that had solid interaction but non-existent crowd heat. The partners, which is Robbie Wright and Deuce Deadline defeat Bradley Blaze and Remy Honeyman in 6 minutes and 16 seconds, when Robbie Wright defeats Remy Honeyman by pinfall with a right move. Robbie Wright seemed to be off his game tonight. I just realised we could do Robbie Wright and Greg Wright, the tag team. I might think about that after the Night of the Champions, actually. Oh, good promo. Sam Keith is talking to the Ring Generals backstage, and he tells them that he doesn't give a damn about Dean Waldorf and his television title shot. All he cares about is that they're ready for their match next week. If Fro Shore leaves the building in any other way than via an ambulance, there will be consequences. And then the lights cut out, and a red... Oh, that's meant to be red glow. 1 second. That's a permanent angle too, so I need to fix that. A red glow is thrown onto the stage. Suddenly, Animal DeVille pops out from behind the curtain, complete with special face paint. He comes to the ring to a pretty large ovation from the crowd. And the match gets a C+. It's not bad, actually. In the match that had some good action and average heat, Animal DeVille defeated Dean Waldorf in 7 minutes and 53 seconds by submission with a camel clutch. Animal DeVille makes defense number 1 of his MAW television title. Good stuff. Holding back, poor gimmick. So that's the fact that it was a television show and the fact that the gimmick wasn't quite up to the match, and penalised for lowering the crowd's mood since we had such a good promo, since Deville's entrance was so good before it. Okay, and then in the main event, a bout that had great action and great wrestling, great heat and great wrestling action. Brooke Tyler defeats Hellcat Hernandez in 9 minutes and 26 seconds by submission with a Brooke Breaker, which is a full Nelson. The psychology hurt the match, but otherwise, yeah, it's pretty good. And the show gets a B+. Look at that. That's because the show rating is 40% based on angles, and the best angle was a 99. So that's what pulled this show's rating up. The main event did help, though. We probably would have gotten like a 76 otherwise. But yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show, man. That increased our popularity everywhere, including the Mid-Atlantic. Good stuff. Something I should mention with TV shows. Most people who play TEW book a promotion with a TV show. So most people know this, but there's no speeches at the end of a TV show like there is at the end of a show. And did we make a profit? I think we did. We only made $50,000 on. No, we didn't. Now I remember. It was 100. Yeah, we were only at the 150,000 before that show, so we're making a solid 150,000 per, which is good. Which means we've made more in ticket sales now than we did last month. And if we have another sellout, then we're going to be making more than ever. But we still have to put on a lot more shows. So yeah, I know. It's interesting. I want to see what we're currently at a profit. So as long as we can keep that profit up, then we're looking pretty golden. But I'm not sure whether we can sell out the Mall Zone 4 times in a month. How did Froze return to television? Well, first of all, that didn't increase our popularity anywhere. Probably did a little bit, but just not enough to make a full point improvement. If I go to, I want to see how Froze return to television affected his popularity. It's still the same, I think, in the Mid-Atlantic. Yep. But he did increase by 3 points in the Great Lakes, 1 point in the Mid-South, 1 point most places else. There's a couple of 2 points in there as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. Fro being on television is a good thing. Let's just leave it at that. In fact, maybe, we'll leave him in the storyline for now, because all the storylines are ending at the end of the year anyway. Ooh, look at that. The Ring General's storyline gets a B. A B-, I mean. Like, that's unique. That's an interesting one. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I know the episodes are getting smaller. It's purely because we're doing one show per episode now. But I'm enjoying the style, I'm enjoying the format, the characterization behind it. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I'm enjoying recording, I'm enjoying booking. It's really fun for me. I'm going to finish up booking this month tonight, and then I'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll come back with a new creative engine for the new year. I like our shows too. Like, our shows, 60% of wrestling, I like it. It's a good format for me. It feels a lot like indie wrestling at its finest. If we can charge our way to Cult soon, that would be great. Because if we could charge our way to Cult, then we can start signing written deals. We can actually become a proper company. We'll keep our underground vibe, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a thumbs up if you have. Leave any comments with your feedback. Again, I'm taking suggestions for the name of the TV show, but of course it'll take a while for me to see those suggestions. And subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the rest of the series, and I will speak to you guys next time for another episode of Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Ultimate. Oh, wait a minute. Before we end, let us see the rating of the show. I should probably put that at the end of every episode. Just in case, but yeah. Next episode we'll do another episode of Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Ultimate Warriors. I'll probably reschedule the show every week depending on what I need. Obviously we need Fro every week. We need our commentators every week. But otherwise, like, this week we didn't have okay, that's fine. This week we didn't have Fuyuko Higa, I think, and Devil Karubi, and obviously, like, if I needed to push the women's angle a little bit more, I'd need the women's champion on screen, so I'd probably move it to like a Wednesday. But I always want Fro to be there, because Fro's going to be carrying the show, basically, for most of the year, until we get somebody as over and as good on the mic as him. Casey Valentine could do it, I think, if he was over enough. Greg Gage could probably do it if he was over enough. But Fro's just a star. Those A-star promos are going to be a big deal for us. every week if we can pull them off. Like, I don't want to be pulling throw promos every single week because it might get a little boring from a storytelling point of view, but I want to try and fit him into some sort of entertainment-based segment every week because it means that we can pull that great ratings out of him, honestly. Duane Stone, did he win the world title? Shit, he did. Look at that. Ending the reign of Sean McFly. Dean Waldorf. It's time to say goodbye to Steve Flash. We'll give him a send-off show or something. Yeah. This is the same. Okay, we got the same rating as last episode, which is good. Hey, Chad's Fortune. I was thinking of letting you go. I guess you're staying. Yeah. We signed on Dean Waldorf. Oh no, well we did, but they also did. Who is this Wrestling Premier League? Where do they work? Oh, Mid-South, and they're doing pretty well for themselves, actually. Okay, yep. So, aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will speak to you guys next week. Well, tomorrow in real life for next week's episode of Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Ultimate Warriors. I'll see you guys then.